Michigan Kingpins is brought to you by the Metro Detroit USBC Association, your bowling resource. Lawrence Technological University, possible is everything. Frankenmuth Brewery and Restaurant, 150 years of tradition. Sandy Hansel and Associates, bowling is our business. Brunswick, the bowling leader. TROTSIDE Restaurant, Northfield Downs' exciting dining experience. And Turbo Bowling Accessories, driven to bowl.
Now, get ready for Michigan Kingpins, Metro Detroit's all-access bowling show. Here's your host, Mark Martin.
Welcome back to the Michigan Kingpins, your all-access TV show covering all bowling in the bowling capital of the world. Brought to you by the Metro Detroit USBC, and thanks to all of you for participating, and thanks to all of you for supporting our show. We had a great response last month. I got phone calls, I got emails, I got people on the street stopping me and saying, hey, I saw you on TV. It's not about me, it's about you. It's about all bowling in the bowling capital of the world. We recently covered the women's series at Shelby Lanes. Later on, we'll have a segment with interviews and all the action. We covered the action from the beginning until we finally crowned a champion in that event at Shelby Lanes. Next up, we're going to talk about the Hall of Fame. We recently elected a new class into the Hall of Fame, 6 very worthy candidates, and we'll talk about them next. The Detroit Bowling Hall of Fame added 6 new members this year. This will increase the number of Hall of Famers to 249. Now, Cindy Patterson, she started as a youth bowler, had a great youth career, and won 11 Michigan Junior Masters titles. She was also named the Michigan State WBA Star of Tomorrow. As an adult, she was on the Contour Power Grips team, which won the Michigan State WBA team and Detroit WBA team titles in 1998. As a member of the All-Star Grill team, she won the Detroit women's title in 2001. She was also named to the All-City team twice, in 2001 and 2011. She was also elected to the City of Taylor Sports Hall of Fame and the Western Wayne County USBC Hall of Fame. High average of 233, 7 300 games, and 4 800 series. Cindy, you've had a long storied career. How did you start?
I started at the age of 7, and this Hall of Fame for me is just it's a great achievement in my career. It's a great honor to have.
And what is your crowning achievement?
I would say as a youth bowler, it's definitely my Star of Tomorrow I received. Kind of the top honor you can achieve for a youth bowler. And just bowling with Contour Power Grips, it was a great opportunity to have. Okay,
great. And where do you go from here, and what are you doing these days?
I own a pro shop inside of Score Lanes in Taylor, Michigan. Bowling's done a lot for me in my career, so I'd like to give some back.
Next up, Angela Wilt. Angela Wilt, probably the consummate team player. All of her titles have come as a member of a team. Michigan State WBA, she won team titles in 2003, 2005, 2008, 2011, and 4 Metro Detroit USBC team titles, 2007, 2008, 2011, and 2013. Yes, and she did win 1 doubles title, state title in 2003. Also won the TNBA Championship Mixed Team title in 2001, the TNBA Championship Team and Doubles title in 2005, and the National Championship Team title in 2011. Her career average, high average, 226, 11 300 games, and 5 800 series.
Recently you were named to the Detroit Bowling Hall of Fame. How did that make you feel?
The Metro Detroit USBC Hall of Fame, it's such an honor because there's such wonderful bowlers out there that are in the Hall of Fame for Metro Detroit, and it's great to be part of that now. All of my hard work has finally paid off.
Eddie Grace. He won the Metro Detroit USBC Masters in 2010. He was named Rookie of the Year and Bowler of the Year in the Detroit All-Star Classic in the 87-88 season when he averaged 237.5. In 12 years of all-star competition, he competed on 10 team titles. 6 times he was named Bowler of the Month. He won a PBA regional title in 1990. His high average, 243, not bad, 2008, 2009. 25 300 games and 20 800 series to his credit. Well, Eddie, where did you start?
Started bowling when I was 3 years old. Bowled my first league when I was 5. And when I was a little boy, I always just wanted to go to the bowling center when my mom and dad were bowling league. I watched them bowl, and then they would let me bowl a game or two afterwards, and been hooked ever since.
Okay, so how did you get here? I mean, how did you, what did you do in your career that elevated your game and brought us to the Hall of Fame?
I always practiced and always bowled with much better bowlers than myself. Back in 1990, I won a PBA regional title. Won back in 2010 the Masters tournament, which is the best tournament and the toughest tournament to bowl in once a year, and everybody looks forward to that tournament. And then obviously getting inducted this year to the Hall of Fame is the icing on the cake.
Okay, excellent. And you're still bowling?
Yes, I am.
Okay, tell us about your future plans here.
I'm still bowling in the Thursday Night Travel All-Star with Plaza Lanes. I bowl every other week with my wife in a mixed league at 300 Bowl in Waterford. I bowl a tournament here or there a couple times a month, but most of all I love spending time with my wife and kids.
Carol Schemmers dedicated more than 50 years of her life to bowling. In 1972, she won the Detroit WBA singles title and was named to the All-City team in 1974. She was a member of 2 Detroit WBA championship teams, the Raleigh Barrett team in 1975 and Goebel Beer in 1990. Probably her crowning achievement, in 1975, she was chosen to represent the United States in international competition. She proceeded to earn silver medals in the FIQ doubles and team and a bronze medal in the FIQ Masters. Veteran Len Cienciola has always been a very talented bowler, but since becoming a senior, he's just flourished. Now in 1972, when he was not a senior bowler, he was a member of the Caravan Electric team, which won the Michigan State title. Once he became a senior, he won the Metro Detroit USBC Super Senior Masters in 2009. Other titles include the Coca-Cola Singles, 1967, Hall's Rec Doubles, 1969, and the Chicago Team Tournament, 1970. His career high average? 235, not too shabby. He also has 29 300 games, 8 800 series, with a personal best of 835. Bill Schrock Sr., longtime proprietor of North Hill Lanes in Rochester with his son Bill Jr. He began bowling in 1944, averaging 193. 193 in 1944 was a fantastic average. In 1946, he averaged 203 in the Michigan Major Classic at Crest Lanes. And when the National Bowling League started, which only lasted for 1 year, he was drafted, signed, and the player manager of the Detroit Thunderbirds, but resigned after 6 months to begin his employment with the Brunswick Corporation. Other affiliations? He was director of the Detroit News Bowling School for 3 years, regional representative for the Professional Bowlers Association, member of the National Bowling Council, member of the President's Council on Physical Fitness, and bowling director for the Lifetime Sports Foundation. Also at the banquet, we'll have 3 special awards. Sharon Schilderoth will receive the Thomas McKay Award for a lifetime of dedication to the sport of bowling. Our own Michael DeRosie, president of the Metro Detroit USBC, will receive the John Watts Award. Judge Watts was a huge supporter of bowling, 40s, 50s, 60s, and Michael will receive that award for his dedication to the sport. Finally, our Proprietor of the Year. Our George Privola Proprietor Award goes to Joe Zania of Historic Garden Bowl in Detroit. They've been around 100 years. They're recognizing 100 years this year in 2013. Our banquet will be held on November 10th at DeCarlo's in Warren. Cocktails at 4, dinner at 5, ceremonies to follow. Tickets are only $30. You're invited. You're more than welcome to come. mdusbc.com, or give us a call, 248-443-2695, extension 104. Now next up, we're going to talk about the Women's Series. We were here recently, bring you all the action with Mark Rottenberg, our reporter.
We want you. We are LTU, Lawrence Technological University, and is one of the nation's best schools for engineering, architecture, and technology. We don't want just anybody. We want students who are curious and driven, students who want to change the world through technology, science, and design. So if you believe that possible is everything, We want you at LTU.
300 isn't just a number, it is our destination. Shouting at a ball will make it strike more. Nothing is as satisfying as hurling dangerously heavy spheres at stationary objects and watching X's fill the frames. You know it, we know it. So here's to the ballers, the lane dwellers, the alley cats. A new breed is rising from the lanes. We are DV8. Tonight we bowl.
If your birthday is near, Thunderbowl Lanes is the place to party. Check out Thunderbowl's Cosmic Bowling with cool light effects and great music. Bowl with your friends, have fun, and when you're done, check out Thunderbowl's new arcade. Games are free at your birthday party. That's right, play as much as you want. And with pizza and soft drinks, we have everything to make your party a smash. Check out Cosmic Bowling and arcades at Thunderbowl Lanes for your next birthday party. Call 313-928-4688 for more info.
Come to Frankenmuth's Little Bavaria to enjoy the old world atmosphere, shopping on Main Street, and the food at the Frankenmuth Brewery and Restaurant. This historic destination is located at the north end of Main Street at the top of the hill. The brewery is known for its classic American fare with banquet facilities available. It's the only restaurant in Frankenmuth that has outdoor dining overlooking the scenic Cass River. Frankenmuth Brewery produces award-winning craft beers, ales, and root beers which can be found in your favorite restaurants and stores. Continue the family tradition and come to the Frankenmuth Brewery.
As you can see, we've adopted the baby sling.
It's good to be close to your child.
But it's good to be far from the AT&T DSL hub, because the farther you are from it, the slower your,
AT&T DSL internet speeds.
That's right.
Bill, are you okay?
Yeah, I just think we should set up base camp and then move on in the morning.
Go way faster than AT&T. Awesome is having the fastest internet, and now the fastest in-home Wi-Fi from Xfinity.
Welcome back to Michigan Kingpins. This week we covered our first event of the year, the Women's Series at Shelby Lanes in Utica. Our reporter, Mark Rottenberg, he was there to get all the action, interviews, things like that. We covered it all day long until we crowned that champion in the afternoon. Now let's go to Shelby Lanes and see the action.
Welcome to the Metro Detroit RIP 10 Women's Series, sponsored by Brunswick and KR Strike Force. We're here at Shelby Lanes in Shelby Township to kick off the 2013 Women's Series season. This series is the premier women's series in Michigan, with competitive bowlers coming in from across the state. Shelby Lanes is a great host and a great supporter of the Women's Series. I'm here with Pat and Heather Klein, proprietors of Shelby Lanes and big promoter of the Women's Series. Pat, I know that you helped start this Women's Series. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
About 3 years ago during the summer, Mark and I were at Bull Expo out in Texas, and I kind of approached him and said, hey Mark, what can I do as a proprietor to help USBC? We don't have enough proprietors getting involved, to do that, and we'd love to see more. But anyway, we decided to get together and figured the women would be the best, start to that process, because they don't have a whole lot to bowl in throughout the year compared to the men. Get into like November, December, January, the men probably can pick from 2 or 3 tournaments every weekend, and then go from there. So again, we would be competing with this tournament to try to promote it and get it off the ground. So we figured, best place to start is the women, give them something to bowl, and the reception's been awesome so far.
Well, this is the first event of the 3rd year of the series, so that seems like it's going real strong and a lot of future to it. Now, Heather, I know that you're a competitive bowler. How do you like being a part of this Women's Series?
I think the Women's Series is really great. It's an amazing series for the women. They haven't had much to bowl in the last few years, so this gives them a great opportunity for 6 full tournaments for a low price, be competitive, have a chance to win $500. Really amazing.
Can you tell me some of the other things that Shelby Lanes is involved with?
Sure. Our biggest program that we promote is during the summer, it's Kids Bowl Free. This past summer we signed up 3,300 plus kids for that program. Basically what that is it's really just a start to get the new youth involved in bowling. So when they sign up for Kids Bowl Free online, all they have to do is put in their name and address, the kid's name and email address, get 2 free coupons to bowl a coupon to bowl 2 free games every day all summer long. And that runs pretty much from Memorial Day to Labor Day. So we just finished up our 4th year with that. We were up about 15-20% from last year on the signups.
3,300, that's pretty amazing. That means that a lot of people in the community come out to your and frequent your establishment. It really sounds like the bowling community needs more proprietors like yourself to be involved in the community and sponsor events like that. We really appreciate you being a part of Michigan Kingpins, and thanks for being on today.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Last year's tournament was won by Lisa Bishop, who entered the event looking to win again. This year's bowling was very competitive, with several matches going down to the last frame or tiebreaker bowl-offs. The quarterfinals were filled with bowlers from across the state. Kathleen Kowalski from Livonia, Rebecca Keegan from Carleton, returning champion Lisa Bishop from Belleville, Valandrea Elliott-Frazier from Westland, Robin Orlikowski from Grand Rapids, Elaine Wright from Eaton Rapids, Michelle Kearns from Lansing, and Christine Bader from Warren. I'm with Valandrea Elliott-Frazier from Westland, who's been a fixture at this tournament and this series. She goes by Hot Cocoa, and she's one of the hardest working women in this series trying to advance. Hot Cocoa, yes. You took Lisa Bishop to the semifinals. Tell me what happened today.
Yeah, I threw a bad ball. I made her work, though. She had to work. If I hadn't threw that ball, I would have been there.
I'm here with Angela Wilt of Westland. Angela, how did you do in the series bowl today?
I didn't do that well, but there's always next time. I might be a little bit rusty, but a little practice under my belt and I should be good to go for the next tournament.
I know last year you won 2 of the women event series. Tell me about that last year, since we weren't on the air at that time.
That was pretty exciting, back-to-back wins. I didn't expect to win 1, let alone 2, at 2 different centers, which was really, really great. Anytime that you have great competition from the women, especially the quality bowlers that we have here in Detroit, it's such an honor just to be a part of this bowling community, and I think more women need to be a part of the RIP 10 series, and they need to come out here. Even if you don't think you have a chance, you always have a chance to bowl, because it is scratch. Any of us can have a bad day on any given day out there, and I think that we need to pull together more as women bowlers out there.
Well, that's great. What can we expect for you from the rest of the events this year?
Better scores.
Great. Well, we appreciate you taking the time to be with us this week. We'll see you next month. I'm with bowler Julie Ochepik from Reese, Michigan. Julie actually won the first inaugural Women's Series event in 2011 and won the January event in 2012. Julie, this is the first event of this year. How do you think you did today?
Today I struggled just a little bit. Didn't have my spare game with me, but it's a great event, and I always look forward to bowling in them.
So you were a winner on this series so far. Tell me what some of those wins meant to you last year and winning the inaugural event for your sponsor.
Winning the inaugural event was the highlight because it was sponsored by Brunswick. I'm sponsored by Brunswick along with DBA and Radical. Also, with it being the first tournament and starting out something new, really meant a lot to me to win the first one.
That's great. So little trouble on the lanes today, but what can we expect out of you for the rest of the season?
For the rest of the season, I hope to obviously do better and have some more first place finishes and hopefully make up some ground to win that cup.
The quarterfinals provided some great bowling action. Christine Bader bowled out first and was clinging to a small lead. Michelle Kearns needed a strike in the last frame to win, and she left it just 1 pin short. I'm here with Michelle Kearns of Lansing. Michelle, you had a great first round, but had a little trouble in the second round. Tell me about your day today.
Well, I started out a little slow. My first game wasn't the best. I thought I had a good line. Had a little bit of a carry issue through a split. Readjusted the next 2 games, shot 240-ish, and felt like I had a really good line. Again, going into the third game, first 5 frames were nice, clean, and then the end of the fourth game, I kind of got a little over-under luck for me. So found out it was something that I was doing, not the ball. So fixed it down here and practiced a little bit before. Went into the game, had a solid game. I don't believe I missed the pocket at all that game. Christine and I both had a little bit of a carry issue, so just kind of finished it out.
Yeah, we were watching. We knew you needed 1 strike to advance and just 1 pin left. But I know that this is your 3rd year participating in the series. Tell me a little bit about what you like about the women's series.
One, it's a women's tournament. We don't have very many of them around. It's a great tournament. It's a good competition. Detroit ladies are tough. They're the toughest in the state, probably. I like the competition. I like the challenge. I like it's not a house shot, but yet it's not an impossible shot where you're pulling your hair out all day either. So it's good. It's a great learning experience for upcoming women bowlers also. So.
Well, great. Well, we look forward to a lot for the rest of this year and hopefully get one of these tournament victories. Thanks for bearing on us with us. Thanks. In the semifinals, reigning champion Lisa Bishop was taking on Rebecca Keegan. This match was tight right down to the last frame, but it was Rebecca Keegan who held on to win and advanced to the finals. I'm here with Lisa Bishop from Belleville and also Vision Lanes. You have the pro shop down at Vision Lanes, correct?
Yes, I have a pro shop in there. I've been in there for 3 years now. It's been doing really well at the beginning of the season. Kind of the reason why I struggled a little bit that last match. I'm not practicing as much as I'd like to be, so we got to get out on the lanes and practice a little.
Well, this is the first event of the Women's Series, and I know last year you won the first event of the Women's Series. So I know you took it down to the wire, had a good day most of the day, but then kind of just ran into a little trouble at the the semifinals.
Well, what I see with this tournament is it's a great tournament for the ladies. It's a scratch tournament. During qualifying, you just have to make the cut. After that, it's really luck of draw, who you get, and if it goes your way. The last match, I got a break, and the very first match of today, got a break, and I needed to strike out, and I did it. So it's about who you're bowling, and if you catch those breaks at the right time.
Well, you still had to finish with those 3 strikes, and you did that. That was really exciting bowling for us and everybody that'll be seeing this on the show. That last match, talk about it, playing up against Rebecca. It came kind of tight. Take us through what happened. Was going through your mind at the end there?
Well, for me, I just kind of lost my focus. That pair got me during qualifying. I shot 169 on it, so it was already in my head, and I knew that it was hooking a little bit more. But it tightened up when I went back to it. So I wasn't really touching at the bottom the right way. A little bit older, 42 years old, so I don't get to use my legs as well as I used to. So I just got a little tired, and I wasn't hitting at the bottom, so I was losing, the area that I needed. Left lane just got up and threw it out, or the right lane got up, threw it out the door. Left a split, lucky enough to make it, but on the left lane I just couldn't throw a good enough shot to get it in the pocket.
I tell you what, exciting bowling. We're glad you could be here on Michigan Kingpins, but we're going to be covering the next Women's Series tournament right back here at Shelby Lanes in October, and we look forward to seeing you then.
Love Shelby Lanes.
In the other semifinal had number 2 seed Robin Orlikowski against 6th seed Christine Bader. This match ended in a tie and had to go to a 2-frame roll-off. In the first frame, Christine left the 2-pin and picked up the spare. Robin's first frame was similar. She left 3 pins but picked up the spare. Then Robin bowled 3 strikes in the second frame. This proved to be too much for Christine, who could not keep pace, but gave the fans an exciting finish. Hi, I'm with Christine Bader out of Warren. Bowls out of Astro Lanes. Christine, that was very exciting bowling today. You took the tiebreaker to the two-frame roll-off. Tell me a little bit about what happened.
You kind of just have to treat every frame like a new frame, and I was warmed up and ready to go, and it just didn't work out, and I gave it the best I did. And Robin's a great bowler, and I wish her the best, and there's nothing really you can do. I feel good to be back in the swing of things. It's been a little while, so I'm happy to see that Metro Detroit has this tournament to offer to us. It's good to be back.
Well, I'll tell you what, you gave the fans a really exciting round of bowling today, so you should be really proud of what you accomplished, and we look forward to seeing you continue on the series next month back here at Shelby Lanes.
Thank you. I'll be here.
This set up the final match between Rebecca Keegan and Robin Orlikowski, 2 good bowlers competing for this first tournament of the year. Robin finished first and bowled an impressive 257. Rebecca was keeping pace and was only 11 back going into the last frame. She threw a strike with her first ball, but with the second ball she left 1 pin. This gave Robin Orlikowski the championship. I'm here with Rebecca Keegan of Carleton, Michigan, who just took the runner-up in the first event of the Women's Series. You had a very exciting tournament. Why don't you tell me a little bit about what happened today?
Today was my first day back after having quite a bit of time off. I've been bowling leagues starting again this season, 1 league last season, but this is my first tournament in probably well over 2 years.
Well, I know that you had to battle last year's champion, Lisa Bishop, in the semifinals, and that was a very exciting match. Went kind of down to the wire. I mean, coming in as the 8th seed and to kind of compete and win over the last year's champion had to be very exciting.
It's very exciting. Anytime I have a chance to bowl against Lisa Bishop, it's very exciting. We grew up bowling together in the MJMA, and I considered her a champion then, and it was an honor today to bowl again with her.
Oh, that she would appreciate that. I'm sure that we look forward for a lot of other events for you to come into, but to make it to the finals in your first event back and to go against Robin, who's obviously a great bowler, what did that mean for you today?
incomprehensible still at the moment, I think. I just wanted to come out and bowl well, get my timing down, feel good on the lanes. A wonderful group of ladies to bowl with today. Bowling with Robin, I bowled with her earlier before the cut, and she was just fantastic to bowl with on the lanes.
Well, Rebecca, next week or next month we're going to be back here at Shelby Lanes for the second event of the Women's Series. I hope that you'll be back with us at that point, and we really look forward to a lot of big things from you this year now at the Women's Series.
I'll absolutely be here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm here with Robin Orlikowski, all the way from Grand Rapids, who I can now say is the champion of the first event of the Women's Series. How does that make you feel?
Oh, it's great. I throw Brunswick myself, and Brunswick's the sponsor of this event. To start the season with a win, it feels really good.
I got to tell you, you had some really exciting action today. You had to bowled well in the opening rounds, and then had a little trouble in the semifinals, or at least had some really good competition. Tell me what happened in the semifinals against Christine Bader.
So Christine and I, she finished first in the first game there, and I had to strike out to win. Basically, I had to go strike and 8 to beat her, and I went strike 7. I decided for some reason to try a different ball on my full ball, and I left a 7 count, went a little high with the 3-6-10, and went to a 9th and 10th frame roll off.
Yeah, that was some pretty exciting action. We were glad we could catch it. I mean, everybody was on the edge of their seat. You did real well. In the final match, you had Rebecca Keegan, who's kind of hasn't been around and just kind of came back first year bowl. She kind of took it to the edge here. Tell me a little bit about that final match.
Well, Rebecca and I crossed during qualifying. First 2 games she struggled a little bit, then she changed balls and just dialed in, and she threw really 2 great games to qualify in. So I knew when she was bowling against Lisa Bishop how she was throwing the ball, and she won that match, that she was going to bring it to me in that match. So I knew I had to be on top of my game.
Well, I'll tell you, everybody really enjoyed the action here and watching you bowl, and we want to congratulate you on this first championship and look forward to seeing you through the rest of the series and see how you do in the point standings.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Wow, wasn't that great? Robin Orlikowski just dominated the field. Ladies, next month, Sunday, October 13th, we'll be right back at Shelby Lanes, and we want to see you. This competition's for you. Come on out. Ladies from all over the state have joined in. Now it's your turn.
We want you. We are LTU, Lawrence Technological University, and is one of the nation's best schools for engineering, architecture, and technology. We don't want just anybody. We want students who are curious and driven, students who want to change the world through technology, science, and design. So if you believe that possible is everything, we want you at LTU.
As you can see, we've adopted the baby sling.
It's good to be close to your child.
But it's good to be far from the AT&T DSL hub, because the farther you are from it, the slower your...
AT&T DSL internet speeds.
That's right.
Bill, are you okay?
Yeah, I just think we should set up base camp and then move on in the morning.
Go way faster than AT&T. Awesome is having the fastest internet, and now the fastest in-home Wi-Fi from Xfinity.
Welcome back to Michigan Kingpins. Thanks for joining us this month. Next month, we're going to talk about a lot of other things going on in the association. But if you'd like to help support this program, got the way to do it. You like this snazzy shirt? Get one of them. For $100, you can be a supporter of the show. We'll run you into credits. You'll be on our website, and you'll get the shirt. Just give me a call, 248-443-2695, extension 100, or email me, mark.martin@mdusbc.com. Again, it's our pleasure to bring you this show because it's all about bowling in the bowling capital of the world. Next month, we'll see you then.
Michigan Kingpins is brought to you by the Metro Detroit USBC Association, your bowling resource, Lawrence Technological University, Possible is Everything, Frankenmuth Brewery and Restaurant, 150 years of tradition, Sandy Hansel and Associates, Bowling is Our Business, Brunswick, the bowling leader, TROTSIDE Restaurant, Northville Downs' exciting dining experience, and Turbo Bowling Accessories, driven to bowl.